Welcome to DTV. I'm joined with Dave Misson in the lead up to round 8, and we'll be looking at this week's injury list. Dave, thanks for joining us. We're going to talk about a few of the injuries for this week, but firstly, Brad Green and Steph Martin made a return for Casey last week. How did they pull up?
Yeah, good. Both pulled up really well. Look, unfortunately, Casey have 2 byes now. There's a Casey reserves game this week, but nothing the following week. So those guys are available for AFL, but it'll be up to the match committee with regard to their selection, but they both pulled up pretty well.
How are the two fellas with the broken jaws going, Geordie Gisberts and Jack Viney?
Yeah, both in this week and started training. Still eating out of a straw, unfortunately. So, taking in a lot of fluids and trying to keep their protein and weight up. But essentially, they're allowed to do some cross-training this week and then start running next week. Look, we're probably looking at 6 weeks for both of those guys from when they, had the break.
Josh Tynan played the first game of the year, but he's been troubled with a foot injury in recent times. Can you talk about his progress?
Yeah, Josh has been running for a week now, so we're really pleased with his progress. He'll do another week of rehab running and a couple of weeks of training and hopefully play that first game after the bye. If not, it'll definitely be the second game after the bye, all things going well.
James Seller missed last week after 5 consecutive games with a calf injury. How's he travelling? And also James Strauss, who's a test this week.
Yeah, look, Selzy just had a sort of minor calf strain. It was really touch and go. So we're looking for him to train tomorrow, and if he gets through training, he'd be available. Yep. Straussy, we're just trying to get a bit more strength and control into that leg. He's progressing really well. Obviously, Casey don't have a game for 2 weeks, which helps him. So hopefully we're looking at him playing that first game after the 2 Casey byes as well. Lee
Williams suffered quite an unusual and very serious injury. How's he tracking after having a virus on the brain? Yeah,
it wasn't actually an injury, but a viral encephalitis, which is a virus of the brain essentially. Spent the best part of 2 weeks in hospital. Came out on Saturday. He's been into the club. Lost a little bit of weight, but not too much. But he'll really, I suppose, be on light duties for a week, and we'll build him up. He probably won't play for a month, I wouldn't have thought. We just want to, progress him reasonably slowly and make sure that he doesn't have a relapse. But all things are looking good at this stage.
And just finally, heading up to Sydney this week, it's an away game. How do you sort of prepare the boys for a trip on the road?
Yeah, look, I suppose the SCG is a bit of a different ground. It's the smallest ground in the AFL. The 50-metre arcs are actually only 45. So, look, it probably makes stoppages a pretty important part of the game. Also, the visitors' change rooms are being renovated, so we've got a bit of a different setup there. We're getting changed and showered and that in the cricket nets and having to walk across through the member stand. And so there's a few little things like that, but look, these guys are professional footballers and, we'll advise them and what we think they need to do and we'll be right. So we're really looking forward to going up there. Sydney will be smarting from a couple of losses and, we're looking forward to getting stuck in.
Well, best luck for the weekend, Dave.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.